Hello, welcome to the Slow Living Podcast with Bree. Today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about 5 ways you can practice mindful self-love. So today is February 14th. It is Valentine's Day. And a lot of the times with Valentine's Day, we think of love in the form of different relationships. So giving love to others, receiving love for the others, that kind of thing. That is wonderful. But today we're going to talk a little bit more about self-love. So being able to give love to ourselves and receiving that as well. So we just finished up a 5-day self-love challenge here on the YouTube channel. All of those days are live now. So if you go to a playlist that says 5-day self-love challenge, you are welcome to practice those meditations and yoga flows anytime. All right, so let's get started. So practicing mindful self-love means you embrace yourself with kindness, patience, and awareness. Um, and again, you open yourself up to receiving love, but you're the one that is giving the love to you. So, when I think of self-love, I think of allowing myself to just be as I am in that moment and loving myself no matter what. So, really unconditional love. So, the first way that we can start to practice that is through self-compassion. So, self-compassion is wonderful because it does help you accept, it helps you practice acceptance. And then hopefully, once we get used to that, then we accept where we're at that day, where we're at that season of life, maybe where we're at when we're struggling, right? When we're dealing with grief, when we're dealing with hardship. Allowing yourself to sit with that, accept how you're feeling, where you are at, and speak to yourself as you would a good friend. So, what I always like to practice is okay, if a good friend came to me with a problem or they were needing consoling for a certain thing, what would I say to them? And then I almost like remove myself from what I'm experiencing and pretend that that's a friend that's experiencing that, that's coming to me when really it's me, right? And what I'm experiencing. But that helps because when we remove ourselves from it, it's easier to then be like, oh, this is what I would say to someone that's going through something similar. I would offer them this comfort. I would offer them a listening ear, that kind of thing. And then it will get easier to practice and accept your own self-love. So again, acknowledge your feelings without judgment, speak to yourself as you would a good friend, and replace self-criticism with affirmations like, I am enough or I deserve love and care. So, number 2 is set healthy boundaries. I know boundaries can be so hard as a recovering people pleaser myself. I'm always working on them, my own self. But the first tip is learn to say no. No is a complete sentence and remove the guilt from that. Like, we are only one person. We can only be so many places and so many things to those around us. We cannot do it all, right? And that's okay. And so learning to say no without guilt, prioritizing your needs and energy. Um, we need to fill into our own cup before we fill into others, or else we're going to burn out. We're going to get sick. We're not going to be, we're going to feel resentment as well. Um, so prioritizing your own needs and energy, and then surrounding yourself with people who uplift you. So people who uplift you, that doesn't mean they have to be like positive 24/7, right? We're all human. We're going to have down days. We're going to have up days. We're going to have kind of like blah, neutral days. But people who uplift you are going to celebrate with you when you're celebrating. They're going to ask you what you're working on. Like if you shared with them a goal or a dream, they're gonna check in with you, right? They're genuinely people that really love and care for you and want to see you succeed. So surround yourselves with those people. Number 3 is engage in mindful activities. Okay, I know that sounds really general. So, okay, what does this mean, right? A mindful activity is so unique to each person. So, what would that be for you? Sometimes mindfulness can mean meditation. So, maybe you enjoy listening to guided meditations live meditations. Maybe you like breath work, those kind of things. Maybe you enjoyed journaling. So, journaling down your thoughts, your feelings. Maybe you really, really enjoy the connection to nature. So, getting outside and being present in that moment. Other things are engage in mindful activities. Like maybe you're going to mindfully um, seek out a friend and go to your favorite coffee shop together, or just get together and talk and just listen and talk about each other's, again, dreams or aspirations, or what you can encourage people in. So, mindful activities are really personal to what really makes you slow down and start to practice that awareness, as well as really being introspective too. Okay, so number four is nourish your body and mind. So much of the time, we rush through meals, right? Our last podcast episode, the episode before this, which was number seven, was about mindful eating, which basically it just means like slow it down, enjoy your meal, think about how you're going to feel when you eat a certain thing, those types of things. So, eating those wholesome foods that are really going to make you feel good and energized, staying hydrated, and then also moving your body. So it can be anywhere from just a moderate walk, a walk with a friend. You could go to a group class, in person, live stream. You could do a pre-recorded YouTube video, all those kind of things. Another thing is with nourishing your mind and body is also really leaning into your interests and your hobbies. So we are creative beings, right? And if you're someone who's like, well, I'm more into science and all of this stuff, that is still very creative. Look at all the things and inventions that have happened because of those that are very science and math based. That takes creativity just as much as like writing and art does as well. So you can read books that interest you. You can learn new skills or hobbies or lean more into the hobbies you love. Um, Something I want to do in the future is take a pottery class. Like that just seems really fun to me. And then do activities that really bring you joy and fulfillment. For me, even like something simple as just like playing fetch with my dog or like going on a walk with him too is a very fun thing to do. All right. And then number five, this one is a great one to do. We don't do this one enough in our society, is celebrate your wins, big or small. And then I like to kind of flip that around and go, there's no win that's not too small. Like each win matters. Each thing, whether it seems little to you, it's actually a really big deal. So make sure to acknowledge your achievements daily. Something that I open up with when I do lead live meditations is, hey, take this moment to really like congratulate yourself for showing up, for being here today. I either open that up at the beginning of the meditation or at the end because it's a big deal just to show up and do something that's self-love and self-care for you. That's a huge, huge win. Um, you can keep a gratitude journal as well. So writing down like a gratitude that you have for the day or multiple gratitudes, and then reward yourself with small acts of kindness. It can be anything from like getting your favorite chocolate, treating yourself to your favorite coffee place, or like a relaxing bath, all of that fun stuff. So, this episode's a little shorter just to celebrate self-love and then allow you to take different techniques we talked about and use them today in your day. So, I'm going to run through them one more time. These are five different ways you can practice self-love, practice self-compassion. So, treat yourself like you would a good friend. Accept where you are, accept how you're feeling, and then give yourself that kindness you so deserve. Set healthy boundaries. Make sure you prioritize your energy, your time. Engage in mindful activities. So, anywhere from meditation, mindful walking, mindful eating, mindful screen time, and also being with other people that you enjoy. Nourish your body and your mind. So, wholesome foods, staying hydrated, moving your body, doing some sort of hobby or interest that really, really brings out joy. And then number five, celebrate your wins. No one is too small to celebrate. Again, listening to this podcast is a big deal. So I'm celebrating you for that right now. Thank you so much for being here today for today's episode, 5 ways to practice mindful self-love. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day and make sure to subscribe if you have not yet to our podcast so you can get updates as soon as an episode goes live. So, thank you so much.